What's up, everybody? Straw Hats Are Cool here, and we are finally back with another sim gameplay video. I'm hoping that moving forward I'm going to be uploading these videos more regularly. My goal to get set up over my winter break is to have a Monday, Wednesday, Friday sim gameplay uploaded, kind of like I was initially planning, but then turns out recording 3 to 4 videos a week and having a full-time job was a lot harder than I anticipated. But now that I've got my schedule a little more figured out, I'm hoping that I will be able to at least somewhat maintain that schedule, at least get a Monday and Friday sim gameplay video out. I am going to the Nationals Championship that will be happening towards the end of January, and I want to get as much practice as possible in for that. And I thought it would be fun to share some of my games with you guys here on the channel. So hoping to get more regular uploads for sim gameplay in addition to the market watches I'm trying to get on every Sunday. And then maybe we'll get back to sprinkling some tabletop gameplay in there as well. I need to talk with my LGS, but I'm considering not playing at one of my locals once a week and doing a stream of that, and maybe doing some live commentary for that, as I think that would be a lot of fun, and I would like to get some more experience doing some commentary style content as well. So before we get into the video, as always, thank you so much to everyone who's supporting me in the channel. As of now, we are at 1,600 subscribers, which really is incredible. Let's see if we can get to 1,700 before the end of the year. That would really mean a lot to me. If you're not in the Discord, please do consider joining the Discord as well. We've got giveaways going on every week for the month of December. At the time that this video should go live, we've still got time for you to enter the giveaway for a starter deck 7. That is the mono yellow Charlotte Linlin starter deck. So got some powerful cards in there if you're looking to play either NL or Katakuri, and both of those decks are definitely strong picks going into the format. So if you don't have those cards, definitely consider joining the Discord and entering the giveaway for your chance to pick up some of those cards. We've also now got an affiliate link for TCG Player, so if you're looking to pick up any cards for your decks, maybe you're going to Nationals as well, looking to pick up some cards to finish out your decks for the event, do consider using my TCG Player affiliate link, as a small portion of your purchase will go towards supporting the channel. With that, let's get into the deck profile real quick. So this is Red Purple Luffy, one of the decks that I was most looking forward to playing in the OP05 format. Now, I'm sure a lot of you have been looking at this list and you're wondering what in the world is going on here. Now, I will say this probably isn't the most competitive build, but it's one I've been having a lot of fun with, and it does do well into some of the decks in the current format, in my opinion. So let's quickly talk about it. So starter deck 10, Red Purple Luffy leader. Got the activate main that we can ramp 1 active Dawn if we're at 0 Dawn or 8 Dawn. So generally speaking, this deck is built in a more ramp centric focus. As you can see here, I'm not doing that with this build, and later this week I'm planning to upload a video where we'll go over the more ramp focused build, probably more similar to what a lot of you guys are expecting, but maybe we're memeing a little bit, and I've been having a lot of fun with this. So the biggest drawback to using Red Purple Luffy is that you've only got 3 life, as opposed to most leaders which have got 4 or 5. Now, this is offset with the fact that you are a 6k leader, and unlike Newgate, you don't lose 1 life at the end of your turn. However, the issue still lies with the fact that when compared to every other leader in the game, this one will see less cards over the course of the game than other leaders, just as a result of having less life, because over the course of the game, those life cards will end up in your hand, and as a result of only having 3, you will see less cards during the game than every other leader. So the game plan here is that we're going to play cards like Nami, Dodon, and Buggy, similar to how Zoro would, so that we can maintain a large hand size. One of the issues I've found with playing the other build is that you're playing your cards down, and because you have less life, generally speaking, you run out of cards pretty quickly, and it becomes generally games are very, very close, just because if your opponent is able to swing 6 multiple times, you know, you got to start countering those at some point, and it really hurts your hand size. So a lot of times, you know, the game plan's to play your big stuff like Newgate and your 10 cost Luffy, but sometimes it felt like it was a little hard to get there if your opponent was able to go wide and swing a lot of 6s in first, just because your hand size would deplete too quickly. So by doing this, we're maintaining a large hand size. We're playing 16 2k counters and a whole bunch of events to protect ourselves, just to ensure that we get to the late game. And the only top end card we're playing is the Monkey D. Luffy, so he's really our finisher. Game plan is just to play out our searchers, and then the turn before we play our Luffy, just swing with as many searchers as we can, get a bunch of cards out of our opponent's hand, maybe get a couple life off of them, while also swinging big numbers with our leader every turn. Hopefully by that point our opponent will be at 1 life, so that through a combination of the Gear 5 Luffy and the Diamble Jambe, we will be able to close out the game. But what I really like about this deck as well is that even after you play Luffy, sometimes you can just still leave up 3 Dawn for your events and still live another turn, and so long as they can't remove your Luffy. And really the only deck that has the ability to do that right now is Sakazuki. However, that is one of the most popular decks in the current format, so it is something to be mindful of. But because of all the events we're playing, oftentimes we can even end up surviving long enough to play a second Luffy if we need to. So we're playing 4 Jambe, which probably seems like a lot, but I found that in the current format, with all of the blockers, specifically in decks like Purple Luffy and Blue Black Sakazuki, I want to see 2 of this card throughout the course of the game, because most of the time those decks will go down to 1 life, and then they'll wall up with blockers, which can be really difficult to get through. But if you're able to get the last life with the Jambe and then get a big swing in with the second Jambe afterwards on the following turn, usually that's good enough to close out the game. So that's why I've got that at 4 copies. I was running at 3, but I really want to see that card. And it is searchable off Nami and Buggy, which is great. Jet Pistol's really good in matchups like Purple Luffy. But all in all, the deck's fun to play. I think it has a rough matchup into yellow, specifically Katakuri, I think more so than NL. There are ways you can kind of squeak in a win against NL, but it is also a tricky matchup. So that is it for the deck list. I know it's a weird one, but hopefully I can show you some of the potential this deck has in some of the games. So with that, let's get into the gameplay. Alrighty, we've got a game here against the Mono Purple Luffy. This hand is interesting. We do have our Gear 5 and Jambe, as well as a Jet Pistol, which is one of the cards we want to see in this matchup. So we're going to try it. In my testing, this is one of the better matchups for the deck, so we'll see how things go. Let's go ahead and pick up a Radical Beam, as we don't have a lot of counter in our hand. I really did want to pick up a second Jet Pistol. That card is pretty good in this matchup. They're pretty 6k heavy deck, but hopefully here they're just going to play a 4-cost 6k, and we're going to be able to pop it with the Jet Pistol and swing 6 on the next turn. They are just opting to play the Khalifa here. That's interesting though. Do I want to pop the Khalifa, or would I rather just start getting some swings in with my Buggy? That's tough. Let's start with a 6k and see what they do. If they take, I might just go another 7 with the Buggy. That does give them the option to just swing into it with the Khalifa and generate some card advantage. They do counter that one. I think so. They're going to be going to 6, they'd be able to go to 7, so they could just pop the buggy with the Holly. So I am just going to swing 7, try and get a life. If they want to spend their resources attacking into the buggy, that's fine. They are giving me cards here, so down to 4 cards, but they're probably going to use their effect to ramp. So they do get both the 2Ks out of my hand, which is a little rough. And then they're going to be swinging at my buggy, it looks like, which is fine. And then they're probably swinging into my life, which unfortunately I am going to have to take because they did get both the 2Ks. Now we've just got a lot of Jambes, which is a little sketchy now. So I guess, no, let's go ahead and jet pistol and then just swing 8 at the Khalifa. I think that's fine. I don't want them to keep getting card advantage off of that. Next turn we're going to go to 8 so we can use our effect to go to 9, which isn't enough to play our Luffy yet, but still got 2 life left. So hopefully we're okay. They've not got anything on board right now. We do have the kid. We're going to be swinging 6, which I am going to counter out of that one. Right. Not really got anything to do here, so I'm just going to leave up 2 Dawn. Swing a big number. Take. Got the kid. Go ahead and use the guard point. Maybe playing another 5 drop here. Like they say, they are playing the queen, and unfortunately I'm going to take this one because I don't want to use the radical beam for that. All right, we are on 10 now. We do have some counter in hand, and they are at 1 life, so we are going to drop down the Luffy, return 10 Dawn to the Dawn deck, no cards to return. We're going to use our leader, then the Gear 5 effect to get an additional Dawn. Fortunately, they are at a 6K right now, but we're going to swing 7, see what they do. They're going to block. I don't know why they did that. They're at a 6K leader right now, and they could have just dropped the 2K. End our turn, draw, another 2K is good. Gonna start by using the Gear 5 effect. Let's just start by swinging 6 at the opponent's life. Suppose we could have done 7. Now let's Jambe our Gear 5 and then just go $13 unblockable, get them down to 0. Got a lot of attacks, which is concerning. Hopefully we can get another event off of our life, or maybe trigger the Red Hawk, which could be good here. We've got 2 2Ks, 1K, and a Rad Beam, which isn't terrible. They need to get 2 hits in. So we'll see what they end up doing here. I would imagine they're going to start by maybe swinging with a blocker, maybe for 8. That way they've got some used Dawn so they can swing with the kid. And then get some extra value out of the Dawn minus effect. They are just walling up with blockers, so playing another queen definitely seems like a mistake here, in my opinion. Because we do have the Jambe. They've seen that we're running the Jambe. We already played one. But maybe they think that was just out of desperation, so they're safe to wall up now. But fortunately, that is not the case. We do have another Jambe here. Let's go ahead and just counter that one with the Dodon. We've got 6 Dawn left. Guess that really was only a 4 Dawn play. Gonna go 10. I'm gonna take that one. Another 2k is good. Then we're gonna go another 10, which we will Rad Beam plus the Frankie. Now if they swing again, we are okay. I think they could have got it if they would have got it if they just didn't play the queen and swung with the kid for another 10, because I only would have been able to match them. I do believe that's how the math would work there, but let's just start with a 6. See if they give us a card for that, and then we're just gonna Jambe and do like 19. So they are gonna block that one. Definitely what they needed to do there. I don't think there's any way they can defend this. Just a 19. And yeah, it looks like they can only go up to, they can only get up to 18. So very close in the end. They were able to filter out some of their dead cards with the Gum Gum Jet Gatling, but not quite good enough. Definitely think they misplayed there by playing the queen. Definitely should have just tried to go for game there. So yeah, that is the Purple Luffy matchup. I definitely think it is one of the more favorable matchups for the deck. So let's try and see if we can find a different deck to play against. Alrighty, we got a game here against Sakazuki, so that's a different matchup. They are choosing to go second. Does make sense. I feel like this isn't the hand we want here. This one's a little better. Start with the Nami. Grab our gear 5 just so we got that ready to go. Got the Buggy and Dodon to keep filling our hand. I'm gonna start with a filter on Sakazuki's end. No Branu is good for us. Do you want to swing with the Nami? Does cost her our everything. I think I'm just gonna swing a 6. See what they do. Then probably play out these two. Let's play out the Buggy first. Grab the Jet Pistol. Then we'll play out the Dodon and grab another Buggy. Alright, so probably, well, unless they can't use Lucci here, which is good since they didn't have the Branu on turn 1. So we should be able to get some swings in now with our weenies if we want to do that. Could go Buggy 5/5/6. Assuming they don't remove either of the Dodon or Buggy, they could still Hound Blaze. Would be fine for them. Is it? They are Hound Blazing. They go after the Nami, which is definitely a mistake. Unless they've got another. Well, even if they got another. So they do have another Hound Blaze. Okay. Using both Hound Blazes early to swing an 11. Sure. Let's go Buggy. Guess we're grabbing a Red Hawk. Let's go 5. And then 7. Okay, they are going down to 1. probably too quickly here. They do have the Lucci now. I'm gonna be popping both my dudes here. That's fine. Then I wouldn't be surprised to see a 7 coming to our face, which here we are, just gonna counter with the Makino for sure. Definitely looking like this is gonna be a quick game, a quick win for us, as I'm just gonna swing big, probably get them down to 0, and then from there finishing out the game should be pretty simple. Let's go 12. 12 seems fine. Leave one up just in case they got some shenanigans cooking up in there, up in the little noodle. Maybe they got something cheeky like a Rush Usopp and they could maybe squeak out a win if I've got no counter. Right now the only non-event counter I have is the Frankie. They're going to be playing the Rebecca, getting back the Hina, just playing out the Hina to go a little wider. Then they've got Fordon left, probably seeing one on the Sakazuki at least. Oh, we got the Borsellino. We're just swinging with the Lucci here. Go ahead and counter. Now, do I play it safe here and not going with everything? That's what I don't know. Use our leader effect, for sure use Jambe. And then just say balls to the wall. I think so. Sakazuki plays a lot of non-counter. Oh, wow. Yeah, they got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5k counter in hand? Yeah. So, yeah, that was probably not the best showcase of the Sakazuki matchup, but it does kind of show the strategy and how you just swing big through their blockers. We did only see one Jambe that game, so it could have been bad if they were able to counter out of that, though we did still have the Gear 5 in our back pocket. Alright, we got a game now against Katakuri, so we've got a pretty good spread of matchups today. This is, I think, the 4th game I've played. Had 2 Luffy, Sakazuki, and now a Katakuri. This is probably our hardest matchup with this build. I feel like it doesn't really even matter which build you play, it's just not a great matchup in general. Go ahead and grab the Luffy. We do need that big part of our game plan. We do have a lot of our searchers, so we should be able to go wide, and maybe if their life is a little bad, we can start getting some hits in. Guess we're just grabbing the Otama, swinging 7. We were forced to go first, which is a little annoying. And they do have the Brule, which is also annoying. They're gonna be swinging 7 at the dome. Go ahead and give them the Frankie and the Parasparrow. Okay. Grab the Makino. Let's just go 5 and a 7. Let's try and put as much pressure on our opponent early as we can. We are a 6k leader, so using the Paro Sparrow efficiently. It's a little tricky here as they do have to commit the Dawn to swing into our leader. They are just going to be, looks like, trying to clear board here, which isn't the worst idea on their end. But it is costing them a 2k from their hand. Does give them something to swing into the Dawn with. Gonna be swinging 8, which I do believe I will take. I don't want to give up 2 cards from my hand right now. Got another Otama, so lots of 2Ks. So in this position, might just be 2 7s. Could play out the Usopp. I go 1, 2, 3, 1. Let's actually do that. Let's play out the Usopp. I'm not going to be able to use Gear 5 next turn. Try and... They don't use their Brule here. They do use the Brule. Do we still want to play the Usopp? We'll still play the Usopp. So the Usopp lets us rest a 4 or less. If you've got 8 Dawn, we're going to be going to 10 next turn with the help of our leader effect. Just going to take out the Nami. See what else they got cooking. Gonna be a 7. I'm gonna 2k. Guess with the Makino. Got no 1 cost on the board right now. That's annoying. I guess we're trashing. Jet Pistol would have been so good too. Alright. Let's start with the Nami. Guess we're taking another Luffy. Not great. I'm gonna leave up 2 Dawns, so that's 5, 6, 7. 7. 2 8s. For 7 and a 9. Let's go 7, 9. Let's... Surely they won't counter this. Okay. They do not. We got a Sanji though. Ah, we should have done the 7 with the Luffy first, so that we could have rested the rested the Sanji with the Usopp. Big oopsie on my part. Oh well. See if they decide to take anyways, or if they want to give me the blocker. Because I doubt they're giving me their whole hand. Highly doubt they'll give me their whole hand, so they're gonna block. Not looking good. Gonna be taking out the Usopp, which is fine. Gonna see the 10 mom come down. Yeah, and this is why this matchup is pretty terrible for us. How? I don't think they should have been able to rest because they were at 3 life, but oh well. We're playing the Loof. Ramp. 7. There's no way we win because they have too much life now. We had a small chance before they played the big one. Yeah, and they got another Brule, so yep. Not good. No way we survive. We've got the 12k. So only got 2 events in the Otamas. So I guess here, I mean, we just lose, but I guess we can do that and hope they do something stupid. I mean, there ain't no way they're doing anything other than swinging for 22. Let them think we got lots of counter. Make them scared. Oh my gosh. We had no chance. Yep, we only got up to 13, so yep. That is it. So, like I said, the Katakuri matchup is pretty rough, especially when they see like 6 triggers. I feel like every life they had a trigger there. Brule, Sanji, like just a lot of triggers. And then they're able to burn your life, which is really just terrible when you've already only got 3 life. So yeah, that matchup's pretty terrible, and part of the reason why this deck probably isn't very competitive, because regardless of what build you're playing, this matchup is pretty tough. So I think that's going to do it for today's video. Got a pretty good matchup spread. Got a game against Luffy, Sakazuki, and Katakuri. 3 of the most popular decks in the current format. So hoping to get this one up on Monday afternoon, and then Wednesday we're looking to have another video going over a more traditional style of the red purple Luffy deck. So as always, thank you so much for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed and stuck with me to the end. If you're not already, please do consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel, as it does mean a lot to me and helps me out a lot in the long run. So thank you again for watching, and with that, I will catch you all in the next video. Peace.